Minnesota Vikings are 13-2. The Minnesota Vikings are 13-2. What's going on, everybody? Welcome in the Vikings Now by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, and welcome into our instant reaction. We break down the Vikings' big-time victory over the Seattle Seahawks, where it featured a Sam Darnold game-winning drive down 24-20, and it was just special stuff. But let's just start off with this. The Vikings win. They're 13-2, and if you just win your next two games, not only do you win the NFC North, but you lock up officially. It already had a 99% chance to happen, but since the Eagles lost today, the Vikings, if you win your next two games, you will be the number one seed in the whole NFC. So if you guys are fired up about the win, I want the whole freaking comment section typing 13-2s right now. Show this football team some love. But let's dive into it. Let's take a look at the raw numbers here real quick. So Sam Darnold, one of his best games wearing the purple and gold in my opinion. Obviously the stats aren't going to be as, insane as that Falcons game where he went for 5 touchdowns, 350 yards, but today he was special. 22 of 35. 246 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. And in a game where your defense let Geno Smith go for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, put up 24 points, the Vikings got the football back. 4 minutes left. Ball on their own 25-yard line, down 24-20. And what did that man right there do? Went right up and down the field, scored a touchdown, stepped up in the pocket, and found Justin Jefferson, the best non-quarterback in the National Football League, back left sideline. And this guy right here is special. When we were live on the show, I was saying this is your drive to get yourself paid. This is your drive to go make yourself a Vikings legend. And that's what he did. I mean, his back's against the wall. I was panicking here on our live show. And Sam Darnold answered the bell, driving right down the field, big-time play after big-time play, and showing up when you needed it the most. And this man was fantastic all game long. Started off humming in the first half, and then he finished that game 22 of 35, 246 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Now, I do want to talk about the guy. I want to take a couple minutes here and talk about Justin Jefferson. Because this man just went out there and had 10 receptions, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns. And I'm not moved. I'm not getting up on here and saying, oh, look at this, Jefferson, he's finally the best wide receiver in the league. Oh, he's better than Jamar Chase. That's the standard this man set for himself. That's the game that we expect from him every single Sunday. 10 receptions, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns. 99% of players who grew up playing football, who play wide receiver, would have died for that stat line. And in the biggest moments, when you need it the most, when in doubt, you find number 18. And the amount of attention this guy gets, because every single game, what do you think the Seahawks head coach was saying heading into this one? Anybody else can beat us but Justin Jefferson. And it does not matter. 10 receptions, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns. I said this guy's a top 5 player in the National Football League. I said he's the best non-quarterback in the National Football League. And I'm going to say it. There's only 2 players in the whole league I would rather have over him on my football team, and that's Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. But besides that, he is the most impactful. He is the best player that I have possibly ever seen wear the purple and gold. 7,000-plus yards in his first 5 seasons. He has broken almost every single record imaginable. And I want all you Vikings fans to realize who you are watching. Because I think at this point, he has a better chance to be the greatest wide receiver of all time than he does not. So please, type his jersey number, type those 18s down below, and show this freaking man some support because he just goes out there, does it every week. There's no drama. There's no diva with him when, honestly, he could be the biggest diva in the league right now, and he deserves that. But what does he do? He puts his head down and work. Even that game against the Bears, when he only had 2 receptions, 27 yards, but Hockenson and Addison went crazy for 100-plus apiece. What did he say after the game? Hey, if you're going to take me, or if you're going to take me away, the other 2 are going to eat. And this man, yet again, does it every single Sunday. In the biggest moments, in the biggest spots, he shows up. So please, I beg all of you guys to type those 18s down below. Now, we'll talk about the run game. We'll talk about the defense a little more in depth here in a second. But first, I want to give a massive shout-out to today's sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. If you guys download the app today and use promo code CONS, you guys will get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today, plug in promo code CONS, get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Now, what is PrizePicks? PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. Now, this is the lineup I cooked up today. Unfortunately, TJ Hockenson did not get 5 catches, or else this lineup would have cashed. But I took the more on Sam Darnold rushing yards, had 13. Geno Smith, that was an easy one. Had him more than half interception. He ended up having 2. Shout out to Theo Jackson for the game winner on that one. TJ couldn't get it done, but hey, I could care less that I lost my PrizePicks lineup because your Minnesota Vikings are 13-2. So check them out. Plug in promo code CONS. Get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Link for that is in the comment section and description of today's show. PrizePicks. Run your game. Let's talk about the run game here real quick. I thought Aaron Jones looked good in spots. Definitely tailed off in the second half. He came out running. I mean, I think in the first quarter, he had 8 carries for around 50 yards. And then on the other 10 carries, he only went around 20. But still, when you need it the most, when you're trying to run this game out, Aaron Jones came up clutch. And, you know, he is a guy where we talk about all the hype that Green Bay had at the end of last season, where people were saying, oh, Jordan Love, he was, you know, the biggest reason why Green Bay was so successful down the tail half of the year. You go look at the stats, go look at his last 5 games in Green Bay last season. I'm telling you, this guy will have a massive playoff game, potentially, you know, even though next week and the week after aren't playoff games, I'm calling this guy will have a 100-yard performance and he'll deliver. But as a whole for the offense, I mean, they had a great game today. No turnovers, which is the biggest part, and you did struggle in certain spots. Like, it's not like you came in here and you're able to run the football, really impose your will. No, Seattle Seahawks, they have a good team, and they were desperate today. They're going for it on 4th down. They were, you know, running fake punts, whatever the whole thing they were trying to do. And the Vikings offense, they did just enough. You dropped 27 points. You beat a very good Seahawks team, and you know, I'll give credit to the Vikings defense. You're on the field a lot today. I mean, 43 pass plays, 15 rush plays. You gave up 361 yards, ended up being 6 yards per play. 2 turnovers, though. I mean, they should have had 3. Blake Cashman, catch a damn interception in this game was not as stressful as it once was. But still, you're great against the run, which also, next week, look who the Vikings have coming back. Ivan Pace and Jalen Redmond and Harrison Smith. You were without 3 of your better players on defense in that week, this past week, and you still did just enough to go get a victory. Came up with that big stop late. Shout out to frickin' Theo Jackson. This dude's been on the Vikings for the last couple of years, just waiting on his turn to go make a play. And when they needed him to show up, what did he do? He went and made a play. But also shout out to Trace for this one. We got to show love to this guy. Andrew frickin' Van Ginkel. 2 sacks today. And Trace said it when we were live. When he needed to make a play and when kind of the moment was heightened, what did he do? He dominated a double team, got home to Geno Smith, backed up that Seahawks offense, and really just played his tail off throughout the game. This guy, think about this. He has 11 sacks on the season, and he has 2 pick sixes. He's the second player since 1982 to do so. So shout out to number 43. Shout out to Andrew Van Ginkel. I thought this was one of his best games, wearing the purple and gold, and he just continues to dominate. He continues to make plays. Him and Grenard, and also shout out to Dallas Turner. Dallas Turner had a pick today, man. I mean, that was big-time stuff from number 15, dropping back in the coverage, read Geno's eyes, jumped that out route. I mean, this guy's an edge rusher, and he was making plays for Flores and company. So, you know, shout out to the edge group. Gilmore got beat on a couple of plays. I'm not really too concerned about that, frankly, because I don't know. He's an older guy coming off a hamstring injury, so hopefully he's able to, you know, get back in the lab, you know, get that hamstring going again, and hopefully he's able to make big-time plays. But, you know, guys, just in general, your favorite football team's 13-2. And with the holidays, you know, over the next couple of days, just take a second, tell your loved ones you love them, and really just, you know, fall in love with this team because this is a special, special football team on our hands. And, you know, I said it a week and a half ago. I think the Vikings will win out. I think they'll finish the season 15-2. And I think your favorite football team will be playing in the Super Bowl this season. That was the first step in that direction. But, guys, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Crossed over 47,000 subs during a watch party, so really all credit to you guys. It was an awesome show. Had over 1,000 people tune in, so really want to give you guys a massive shout-out. But you know what? That was an awesome game. Shout out to the Minnesota Vikings. Shout out to Kevin O'Connell, Sam Darnold, and crew. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. SKOL Vikes.